Today, another important issue what we need to understand is ethics and values. Most of us are away from these terms called as ethics and values because of the way in which the competition has increased, the reason for which the flow of people towards the success, or rather earning money, or rather there are some cases where they want early success. All this all of us want to be successful and rich today, but the question is, when we are proceeding towards this journey, are we taking care of ethics and values? See, country like us, every day we come across with the people who are involved with scams or lot of other corruption cases or other unwanted issues which is not good for society. Now question comes, when we talk about ethics, when we talk about values, who derive all those things, how to practice, and how to inculcate those factors which are essential today. Every person is talking about ethics, values. In fact, we are learning about this from our school days, from childhood days, but when it comes to the practice, are we able to give 100% is what we are trying to understand. So especially when it comes to the ethics, especially when we talk about the way how ethical life should be followed, or the way in which how we have to be ethical when it comes to our day to day activities are concerned, or how values to be inculcated, how values to be practiced, all these things sometimes trouble us to make ourselves a complete person, or rather the person with clear heart and mind. Now let us try to discuss today the factors about or the ethics of our life, or rather ethics in our life. Now when it comes to ethics in our life, see, all of us says that yes, I am right, I am ethical, I follow values, but when compared to others, I am more ethical. Now the question comes, that comparison. What do you mean by when compared to others you are more ethical, others are unethical, or what? Or you are little more ethical than others, or what? See, these kinds of confusion will trouble us when it comes to individual. Particularly there are some profession which determines more ethical practices like teaching, like medicine, like whenever you go to like defense, they are standing because of ethical values what they practice. Now when I say this, ethics in our life, definitely it has to be taken care. Now before that, let us understand what do you mean by ethics. Ethics are nothing but a set of values which we practice, or set of rules and regulation which we draw for ourselves and practice. Our ethics are nothing but those are the guidelines which we follow for our successful life. Now when I say that the ethics in our life is must, see, every religion, every good practice, or every activity should have certain code of conduct, certain responsibilities, or certain methodology which need to be followed to achieve that. Now say for example, I want to help somebody. For that, what I have done, I have stolen money from another person and I have helped that person. Will you call that as a ethics? No, you cannot call that as a ethics, because you have done a wrong thing to help one good thing. So that will not called as ethics. So you have to be careful about in the manner, or in the methodology, or in the way in which you take things, acquire things, and try to help others. Now say for example, I have got good marks, but I have copied in the exam. So that is not ethical practice. Or there are some cases where we only try to help others to pass in the exam, or we help others in a unlawful manner. So that is not called as ethics. So I have to be very careful about the ethics, values which is to be taken care for not only us for also for the society. Now when I use this word ethics in our life, the another important issue what we need to understand is successful. Now question comes, sir, I am ethical, I am 100% the person who follows all the law and other activities which is derived by the government. Can I be successful? Or another question is, all ethical persons are definitely going to be successful, or successful people are ethical? So all these questions will come to our mind normally. See, if you look into the success, all ethical people are definitely successful in their life. Maybe it may take some time, but definitely they are successful, it is assured. But all successful people may not be ethical. I repeat, all ethical people will be successful one or the other day, but all successful people may not be ethical. Now, to contradict this statement, we have to be ethical, because that is how we are giving our personality, that is how we are giving ourselves to the society, that is how I am representing myself to the outer world. Now again I derive the example of a teacher. See, if I am not coming on time to the class, how ethical I will be to tell the student that you should come to the class on time? Or if I am not disciplined in the class or in my life, how can I tell somebody to be disciplined in their life? Or if I am not paying tax to the government, how ethical I will be to tell others that you should pay the tax? Or if I am not following rules and regulations of the traffic, how can I tell somebody you should follow the traffic rules? So these are all the things what we need to follow when it comes to ethics are concerned. So today we have become some kind of a role models when it comes to the teaching fraternity, say for example to our students at least. So we have more responsibility to take care of ethical issues, take care of ethics, take care of values, take care of all good practices, so that it can be influenced to the others. Now look at ethics from a broader perspective. See, all the great personalities today are successful because of the ethical values and ethical practices what they follow. Say for example, if I can take the simple example of Mahatma Gandhi ji, all of us we remember him and respect him as a father of nation because of the values and ethical practices what he carried out in his entire life. Or today all of us admire again Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Being a simple man, he has followed certain ethics and values, that's why all of us remember him even today. So ethics very important to our profession being a teacher, and important to all the profession for that matter whatever we do, because that will determine the personality of an individual, that will determine how you are able to reach and make your activity successful. Now there are some cases where you can say that, sir, unethically what will happen? It is a shortcut method where we can reach to our goal much faster. I agree, but shortcut is temporary, it is not permanent. Or whenever you get into these activities, one or the other day you may face the consequences, or you may face the unlawful experiences. So it's always better, it is always, as proverb says, it is better late than never. So you have to go consistently to such a level where you can go step by step and reach to your destination without any problem. Now when it comes to the successful life and ethics, yes, see, all of us want at the end of the day peaceful, happy and contented life. So ethics play an important part to be a successful and a contented when it comes to our own satisfaction with the life is concerned. When it comes to the profession, there may be occasions where you are tempted to, or you are influenced, or you have been unnecessarily dragged for certain unethical activities, shortcut methods. It is better you make a choice, or you take a decision that yes, I will not do this, I will not do that. Why? Because that is not good. That is not good not only for myself, but also for the people who are looking at me, or the people who are taking me as a role model, or people who are watching me, as teacher or any other person whom they can get influence. So, we have to be very careful when it comes to these practices. Now, when it comes to ethics, it may be different from person to person. It cannot be a set of same activity for others, but we should know how we can derive, how we can make use of it, and how best we can make an attempt to get best benefit out of it. When I use this word successful, all of us definitely want to be successful, no doubt, but ethics acts as a foundation for that success. With that foundation only we are able to reach to our destination without any problem. See, as we know our day to day activities, we come across with lot of examples where also rich people, particularly in the name of business, they were able to get good money, but because of wrong ethical practices they are into some legal problems and they have got lot of bad names and they have got lot of trouble in their life because of unethical practices. That is to be taken care. And being a role model, being a responsible person, being a responsible person in a responsible position, you have to set an example that yes, I am going to live my life, I am going to live my entire professional and personal life on values and ethics which will help others to learn and also which will help others to at least follow the footprints of something good which is followed by me or anybody for that matter. So, these are all the things what we need to understand when it comes to ethics in successful life. Of course, as all of you know that we have an example for both good and bad. We have all types of problems when it comes to our life is concerned. So, we have to take good and we have to leave bad, we have to take best and we have to leave the worst, and we have to take positive, we have to leave the negative. So, this is how we have to make our life more comfortable, more successful, more evolved when it comes to our own success rate is concerned. See, normally you must have seen when success and money, satisfaction, richness, all these things are compared, but we know what is right to us and we know what is right for others. So, it is always better we follow first and tell others that what is good for others. So, that is what we are talking about, the ethical or ethics in our life is concerned. So, being in a profession, being a professional person, being in a responsible position, we have to be responsible first and we have to be the torch bearers of all good things, all good practices, all good activities what we need to follow, and also make others to follow what good things are supposed to be, and finally make ourselves as role model for not only for ourselves, not only for our family, not only for the society, but it is for everybody, that they can take some benefit out of our practices, or at least they can make their life more ethical, more useful, more positive, and above all more successful.